reclaiming some space. Normally you'll see this guy behind me. I'm going to be actually taking that apart and smoking a cigar. So this is what I'll be doing. And that'll be that. And then, where's my blowtorch? My favorite way to light a cigar. All right. And I got a little bit of tobacco in my mouth. That always seems to happen. So anyway, let's get this critter taken apart. I'm actually going to be leaving the hooks on here tonight because they're not all Phillips. They're Phillips and they're flathead. So I'm not even going to try and dabble with that. Flatheads, not my favorite thing. All right. Gotta move my anvil. Alright, this is actually, these crossbars are actually white oak, and these are all just pine, but I'm going to be taking them apart and setting them outside, I think, tonight. Let's see if I can do this left-handed. Okay. It's already starting to feel like I have more space back. This thing, I made it way too big, and it's gotten very hard to get this thing out of here or get around it when I need to get behind it and stuff like that. So it's just time to go. All right. All right, there goes that. Like Humpty Dumpty. I don't even know what I'm going to do with those boards of hooks. I might even mount them in the basement somewhere, make a coat rack out of them. I'm not really sure, because, I mean, pretty cool for what they are. It's just hooks on a board. But, I don't know, I might even keep the white oak. We'll see. All right. Now, without this falling on my face like it almost just did. Okay, let's put this over here. I don't even know if I have a claw hammer out here. I might need to, let's see. You know what? I'll try pliers. All right, cool. Came right out. I can't remember how hard I had them in there, but not very hard at all. Okay. Oh, I just got it tacked in. This is just some upholstery fabric that I actually got from a local upholsterer. He usually does like boat seats and stuff like that. And he had tons of it. I mean, God, we probably got 30 yards of upholstery fabric from him, all different colors. And that's a very bad fold to do that again. What the heck? Well, I didn't do a good job on that. But yeah, he had a big sign that just said free. And we pulled up, and he was intrigued that someone actually came to get it because no one got it like all day. And then we came by, and he goes, "Oh man, finally someone's coming to get it." And he's, telling us he got it all brand new, and he just never got around to using it. Actually, we'll put that there. And he just said, you guys take it. It's all yours. And we got like that green one that you saw. We have different reds and really quite nice stuff, to be honest. But yeah, it's all upholstery fabric. Where's my cigar? What'd I do with it? On the anvil, of course. Everything goes on the anvil. Okay. Oh, I missed one. Oh, hey guys. How's it going? Jesus loves you. God bless. Hey, likewise. God bless. I usually have a little Jesus out here with me. I don't know where the little guy went. I think I put it in my bag. But I'm just reclaiming space. That's all I'm doing today. And this was a big apparatus I had behind me, and now it's coming apart. I got a lot of cleaning up to do, including reorganizing the Christmas lights I have above me. I'll show you guys. Oh, we got a troll, Ramon. Oh, bad troll. That was not very good. That was kind of weak, to be honest. It's like I don't know how old you are, but I guess like 7th grade or something. Let's see. Soldier of God. Yeah, I've been there before. Yeah, yep. Some of us has walked a dark path in life. And this amazingly ugly tablecloth I have here, I actually have this to place over top of my kiln over there. That big purple thing. Actually, I'll show you guys. That big purple thing along the wall right there. That's a kiln, a heat treat kiln. I could make ceramic in it too if I wanted, actually. But I use this to cover this. And also sometimes my workbench, depending on what I'm doing, to keep dust and stuff to a dull roar. And when it's clearance, you get the slim pickings. And this is the slim pickings I got. I meant for your cleaning and organizing, not the double thing. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So there's that. It's already, man, it's crazy. Like, I got the space back again. And like, I've been like just making my life way more difficult than it needed to be with moving around the space here. I wish I would have made video of it. It was honestly very humiliating the way I had to like move around it. I got really expensive stuff right here. You might not recognize what this is, but that's well, why would you? Because you don't know what's in it. But it's heat treat oil. This is Parks 50 and this is Parks AAA. and neither of them are cheap. And I did nearly knock this one over. And yeah, that would have been a horrible mess for one because it's oil, but also because it's expensive. That would not have been fun at all to clean up. I don't even want to think about it. So let's not talk about it. But yeah, it was pretty funny watching me move around this apparatus I had all my walking sticks hanging on behind me. It was honestly kind of embarrassing. Okay, let's do a quick sweep. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't see why I would sweep right now. That seems silly. I gotta clean up all these rat traps too. I used to have a huge problem with rats in here, like huge. My city has a horrible problem with them, and we put in a rat wall like all the way around one side of my workspace, and that took care of a lot of it. So this year we got to put it around the rest of it, and let me tell you, that was quite a job. We dug down 2 feet all the way around and put chicken wire all the way around like the wall, and then we backfilled it and then put pea gravel on top. And I don't know why, but pea gravel, it like discourages the rats from digging underground. And we made the trench like 2 feet wide, I think. And before that, the rats were about 18 inches from the wall to. I'm getting all caught up. I'm sorry, guys. But the rats were coming about 18 inches, and then we did, like I said, about 24. And you could see where they tried to get in a little bit, but it went away pretty quickly, honestly. And it was really relieving to know that the pea gravel actually did ward off the rats. All messages. There we go. All right. I guess I'll hang these up over here. And I don't know if you guys heard about it, but I'm in Detroit, and Metro Detroit, and our area got hit by tornadoes last night. We got hit by quite a few, actually, and it was pretty wild to hear what a tornado sounds like. How, I don't know if you've heard this, but some will say it sounds like a train, and I would be willing to say that it was not exactly like a train, but for lack of a better thing to compare it to, I would put it sounding similar to a train. Okay. I don't even know what I think this is. This might be oak. I might be able to smoke with this wood. I'll keep this. Oak or ash, they're both good smoking woods. If you guys are into smoking meat, ash is surprisingly good, but oak is amazing. I had heard people used it, and then I finally got some. Red oak, man, that really was very good for smoking meat. Like, probably one of my favorites ever. All right. And tongs. Gotta be able to grab that hot steel. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set these over here. Those gotta be worked on. I made those too tight. And this right here, this is actually particularly cool because this is what I make a lot of my knives out of. Actually, I'll show you what I made. Hold on. Where's my wire brush? So I make these knives, I call them end cuts. And I call them end cut because they're made out of file ends, like scraps. And this is one of the many scraps that I have. And this is, what brand is this? Almost look like a bluegrass one. I don't think it is. Let me get a little bit more wire brush going. Which, by the way, if you guys ever heard of the game Goat Simulator, give it a shot. You play it on, at least what we play it on, Fire Stick with the Luna controller. Most ridiculous game I've ever played. Legitimately kind of cool, though. Completely nonsensical. And this is arcade? Is that what it says? Looks like, we'll say it says arcade. I'll have to look up this brand. And but anyway, this is a really good candidate to become a knife, and it's just a hand file end. And this is one of the knives I've made out of file scraps. And this was inspired by a Japanese kiridashi, and it's just like a good little like marking knife, like a little kind of like a scribe, I guess you could say. They also make shorts really fast if you need to like cut a pair of work pants in the shorts, which is literally what I did with one of my other end cuts when I was in Atlanta. But yeah, this can turn into basically this. It'd be about that size too. And it's just super freaking awesome to me to like as little waste as possible. I love seeing what the mind can do. But yeah, a little end cut, kiridashi inspired, which is a Japanese like utility knife. So I'll put that, actually I'll put that up there. Okay, let's continue cleaning stuff out of here. What is this? This is a hardwood of some kind. Oh, that's walnut. This is toast. This has become firewood. And that's firewood. Actually, that might be ash on top. I might keep that, smoke with it. Whatever this is, that is some heavy wood. This might actually be oak. And I got family coming over tomorrow, so I might actually throw them in the old grill and smoke with them. I'll put these over here. Like right now, I'm just opening up the space, getting things just out of the way, I guess you could say. And yeah, obviously my yard tools and stuff like that. We share space. Okay, I wonder if I still got my aunt's walking stick out here. I'd show you guys if I find it. It was a really cool mulberry stick I made. Her and her husband, my uncle, they both got sticks from me. And yeah, they're really particularly nice ones. I don't remember what I did with them though. They might have taken it in the house actually. So, in this big ugly creation, I had to cut the top off because that's straight up plate steel. And this is all like bed frame. And I just take like, the angle iron from bed frame and make things like, I'll show you one of the things I made. Like this thing right here that holds my kiln. That was all made with bed frame steel. And this thing right here that my belt sander is on, this was all made with bed frame steel. And if you can't see, but this right here is made from dog cage. I use dog cage on metal shelving I make because you get them for free out of the garbage. And when I'm going to use them and like I paint them up and leave them outside, I don't want to put much money into them. And dog cages and bed frames are endlessly available. And bed frame steel is actually also really strong. There's some debate on what the metallurgy is on it, but one of the sides of that debate says it's good enough to make knives out of. As a 0.8% carbon, which is actually very good for knife making. I'm actually going to put down some diatomaceous earth here in a minute because I got all these. I'll show you guys my fresh cuts. Let's see. And I lost my cigar. I always lose my cigars. I don't know where they go, but they go places. And this time they didn't come with me. Okay. Let me see if you can see it this way. Not quite. Oh, you can't really see in here at all, can you? And, well, maybe a little bit. You see, like, all of these are fresh cut sticks that I cut earlier this year, and they're all seasoning. I got actually completed ones as well. Like this one right here is one I actually made from service berry. It's one of my favorite sticks I ever made, in fact. Oh, I got rat traps I gotta clean up. Yep, gotta get those guys cleaned up. But yeah, these are gonna be seasoning for the next 1 to 2 years or so. And most of them are service berry. Some of them are peach, and I think there's some buckthorn in there. And yeah, this was the quick emergency insulation I had to do for this past winter, which actually got extremely cold. I didn't expect it to get that cold this year, but it got cold. But let's see. Big monkey. A stick. What you are doing with stick? It's a walking stick. Oh, there's my friggin' cigar. It fell off. The anvil. All right, so now it's time for diatomaceous earth. So, with anything that has to do with storing wood, you can get things like insects. And I got really bad insect larvae. Oh, I got a bigger thing right there. I might use that. They were, what are they? Longhorn, I think they call them longhorn beetle larvae. And these critters destroyed about 100 of my sticks. I was very sad about this. So I only have a few to season for the next few years. And so diatomaceous earth is a really good way to control insects of any kind, including their larvae. So I'm going to be moving this around, and hopefully I won't have like a take two of that awful situation of the longhorn beetle larvae just decimating my sticks. And it was particularly wild, to be honest. I had no idea what these little critters were capable of, and they cause tunneling in sticks. Actually, let me see if I'll show you guys. I think I have one over here. Do I still have it here? I got a small end of it right here. You can see a little bit, all those little channels around this. And this was a piece of mulberry, which is one of my favorite woods for making walking sticks. But you can see all that. And this is the bark. It was just like peeling off in my hands. And it makes an extremely fine, almost like talcum like powder that is the sawdust. And like I said, it smoked about 100 of my sticks. And the crazy thing about it was, like, when I was breaking these sticks, because I knew they were just destroyed with how bad the tunneling was under the bark, it was like confetti. It was so fine. It was just like exploding into the air. And yeah, that was quite a lesson to be learned. So now I'm doing diatomaceous earth to if the insects start coming in, they'll have to crawl through this stuff, and it should hopefully take care of them. That's my hope, at least. So yeah, it's going to be all over my sticks, and it'll slowly but surely settle its way down as I go and dig through them and finish them and whatnot. Because I believe there's actually some in there that are not completely done. And I believe there's two kinds of diatomaceous earth. This kind, which is just regular for around the yard and whatnot. And then there is a food safe kind. And as I understand it, the difference is the food safe kind won't get to your lungs and like your respiratory system quite as bad. And then when we get some drier days, I'm going to actually take these sticks out, and I'm going to be spraying them with borax water, because I need to make sure if there's any larvae in there that they're taken care of. And I don't want to go through a take two. That was really unfortunate. So I'm going to spread a little bit more throughout, all around the edges. And I got to do it on my other shed as well. Just diatomaceous earth everywhere. But it's really good for insects, but it's very unsightly. So if you want to keep insects away, diatomaceous earth works, but like I said, it is unsightly. It's like, white powder. Really fine white powder. But I'm doing it around all the interior edges of my workspace. Okay. Oh, hey guys. I'm Rachel. Forge Le Femme here. And I am putting out diatomaceous earth to ward off longhorn beetles because they destroyed so many of my walking sticks last year, about 100 of them. So this year I'm going overkill. Hopefully I will not have that issue again. And, well, like anything, when wood collects, you have the opportunity for little critters to come in and turn it into their private little haven. And this stuff is supposed to be very good for dealing with them little buggers. Okay. I think I'll call that actually good. I got it really good around here. I still got to go do it in my other shed, but I'm not doing that tonight. And it's really fine powder too, like talcum almost. I'll show you guys what my sticks. Oops, not strobe light. Oh, dance party. There you go. But yeah, they're all covered in diatomaceous earth, and that stuff it'll shake off as time goes. And this stuff is just great for taking care of little insects and whatnot. And I was showing the other people. This is one of the sticks I have made right here. This one's made out of serviceberry, and it's incredibly strong wood. And back in the horse and wagon days, as you can see about how tall it is next to me, and this is one of my favorite sticks I ever made. But in the horse and buggy days, serviceberry was wood that was used for making spokes out of the old tires or wheels. And it's, incredibly strong to be able to do that. So I see it as it would also make a good walking stick. And it does, a very strong one. Alright, so let's wander out of here and back into the light. How's it going? Back in the light. Let me throw this away real quick. Alright. I got these screws and stuff. And this is really just what I do in a lot of my lives is I go live when I'm reorganizing. And just sometimes I'm hanging out doing some of the chores, if you will. Actually, I'll just throw this in my pocket because I got to go in the house. But I'll go live, and sometimes that gets pretty fun. Get a lot of people in here just hanging out, having a good time. And then I trip over the stuff that I'm supposed to be organizing, like my wife. That could have been way worse. Okay, there we go. When you got like a 30-pound vise, that thing just, and it don't take no prisoners. And so I just tripped over. There it is. Big heavy vise. And away with you. That thing has been tripping me for like a month, and I have not bothered getting rid of it, moving it, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I got a workbench that has a lot of stuff that needs some organizing too. So I'll be getting to that here as well, slowly but surely. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love doing like hand tools. Is like how I like to do a lot of my things. And this is actually a hand plane. And I need to get it all cleaned up again. But these things, they actually remove a ton of material and very quickly. And it's I just gotta say, it's truly impressive how viable these old tools still are to this day. Let's see. Big Monkey, your name is too funny. Big Monkey. Thank you. The walking stick is legitness. Thank you. Yeah, it's they're super fun to make. One of my favorite things, honestly, to make, given the choice. And they're just, I don't know, it's like, and part of it is they have to season a long time, like a couple years, 3 years. And without that, they can work, but they'll have like a lot more flexibility in them than they should. And then when they season, they become incredibly hard. Like trying to break them, Like, I don't even know if I could break this. This is actually a mulberry stick I made. I take this with me when I like go walk my dog. Sometimes, actually, I might make this into my garbage poker. Put one screw in this. But yeah, I don't even know. I want to try. Okay. I could break it, but that'd take a lot of force. It had a had a tiny little pop in it. But yeah, this stuff is very strong. And mulberry, fun fact of the night, is harder than oak. I did not know that, but it is. Okay. And for those of you that are hanging out, this big ugly bar, you might have seen it on TV, the History Channel. I was on a show called Forged in Fire, and this was my final round blade. Season 4, Episode 14, the Kachin Dao. Actually, I'll show you what a real Kachin Dao looks like. When I get that off, this is a real Kachin Dao from Burma. And this is what we were to make the final blade after. Mine looks kind of similar. Not entirely, but kind of. And when I did the show, it was actually very hard to find information. Like getting even just a picture of this was extremely hard to find because they were all being listed under Naga swords. And Naga is a part in, I believe, northeast India. And it's not far from where the Kachin are, the Kachin people of Burma, Myanmar now. But yeah, so it was really hard to find things on it. And the example Dave Baker made, which was really very cool, at the same time, was a bit different in key points, which I always, oh, does it go here? I think I might put this here. There we go. It'll go there for now. How's that? I'll show you guys. And that's where it usually is. Right there, just hanging up. It's kind of my like, the great thing I did. I think I put this one up here. Can't remember. It's been a while. Oh, let's try this. Yeah, that'll hold it fine for a while. So, those are my Kachin Dao Burmese machetes. I remember when I first started going live, I didn't have a tripod yet. Well, I did. I had this. And, just like you can wrap it around anything. And the tape is on here because I was trying to get it to hold up to where you could, like, view what I was doing. And I was trying to tape it to things on my pegboard. And it just was like, it never really wanted to work well for me, or I just didn't have the smarts, or both. I'm going to say I didn't have the smarts. But that was kind of a funny little memory coming across this just now. Okay. Oh, jeez, I put a lot of tape on this thing. Holy cow. It's still going. Good Lord. Oh my god, oh my god. I am not, okay. I don't know how much else is on here, but I'm not doing anymore. That is ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking doing that. Okay, so now that that's done, I don't know what that was. But I'll show you guys the current mess I gotta clean up, get it all straightened up tonight. Because I got my sister coming over tomorrow. That is a mess. Got my sister coming over from LA tomorrow, and she usually wants to make something while she's here. I don't know what we'll make, but we usually end up making something. Maybe we'll forge a knife. Could be kind of fun, in fact. This is my little heater that I had for winter time. Heated this tiny little workspace with it. That was a horrible tie job. Whatever. I'm just going to leave that over there. Okay. And these were a part of what I had my walking sticks hanging on behind me. I have to put these over here for now. And I put a bunch of hooks on them. It's like I got all of these wrenches from some like free something or other group, Buy Nothing. So I took a bunch of wrenches and bent them and put them on the board and just painted the board black, just kind of a quick little thing. And I might actually bring this in my house and make it like a coat rack for down by my workbench. So I could put like my apron and hat, jacket, you know how a coat rack works. Let's see. Then let's put this over here. Put this away. I'll show you guys something else in a second after I put this away. This is actually a hand plane as well, but this is a much smaller version, like a palm version. And I gotta say, I actually made some battle spoons with it almost entirely, and I made it from a 2x4, one of them, and the other one was from what do they call it, a 5/4 cut of oak. But yeah, this little guy did a ton of work. I'm impressed by these things, so impressed. Okay, so something I'm actually currently in the works of. Oops, I dropped it. It's got a lot more filing to go, but it's getting there. This right here is a Bowie knife I forged from a Nicholson file. You guys can see. And then this is going to be a coffin-shaped handle. You can see it's a little bit more on one side than the other. And I gotta do a lot more filing on this side. But this is made out of wrought iron, and I'm gonna do some acid etching on it. But this is going to be the guard for this. Let's see a little bit. This is Hidden Tang Construction. This is that. I still gotta, actually this has been normalized now. Now the next thing to do is heat treat it, and then it'll be a proper knife before too long. And this, I think, is gonna be the handle right here. I gotta burn the tang, and I might even do that tonight while I'm alive. But this is mango wood, and mango is a very nice wood, very pretty. And this will probably be the handle. Pretty excited about it, to say the least. All right. Okay, and this actually is out here because, well, this is where I do a lot of my handle work. But this right here, this is actually what you would call a brooch. And this is for when you make a hidden tang. This is one of the ways of digging out some of the wood and opening up that hole. And I might have to do a little bit of it on here. Let me see if I can even get it in there right now. Yeah, a little bit. You just put it in, start pulling out, and it'll start slowly. You'll start digging in there and pulling out more and more, and then you'll start opening up, the cavity, and then that's where your handle will come in. But I'm gonna do a little bit more. I might do some more drilling, and then I'm gonna get the tang hot and then put it in. It'd be called the burned-in tang, burned-in handle. I gotta put these in my pocket too. Can't leave these out here. Where's my lid for this? This little container right here, it seems innocuous. This is actually a very useful tool because I made something called yakiri powder, and it's a ancient Japanese method of when you do your heat treating part of knife making. Some call it claying the blade. Basically, I made clay, and it forms, I believe it does a carbon dioxide jacket around the steel, so it causes a lack and loss of oxygen. It doesn't oxidize as bad when you have this stuff on there. And I made this with grinding up fire brick, ash just from the fire pit, and then charcoal that just goes in the fire pit or grill, because mine actually came in from the grill. But yeah, and I was using this to mix my yakiri in and paint the blade and throw it in there for heat treat. And this, I'll show you guys. This is actually yakiri powder or clay, whatever you want to call it, because it's not wet, so it's powder at this point. You gotta grind it down to like get it disturbed. Come on. There we go. And then you can see very finely ground, almost like a dust. And yep, that's yakiri. And that will actually work for heat treating. And depending on how heavy I clay the blade, it should get a hamon on it. And if you don't know what a hamon is, if you guys have seen the samurai swords, katana, wakizashi, and they'll have that like wavy line, that could help encourage that. And it'll show you the heat treat line when it's all polished up. I got stuff I can't even I don't even know what to do with it because it's got to go in the house. So I got to bring that with me tonight when I go in. Actually, what time is it? Oh, it's 9:15. I've been live for 41 minutes. I got to get this down. I wonder if I can get this down with one of my shillelaghs. Nope, not coming down. Got to get the ladder up. Damn it. There we go. I need to get a power box out here so I can just have like a couple outlets and not have to keep climbing up and down and using extension cords. Okay. Okay, starting to see things slowly disappear. I'll take it. To me, that's a good feeling. I used to go live like once or twice a week and just do a cleanup, and that's what I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So that's what I'm doing here. All my little needle files. I'll just leave all that in a pile right there because I'll be using that stuff before too long. Little needle files are really handy, but also short art. So this seems kind of silly. Well, this is one of my shop towels. It's just a haggard old towel. And this is one of my favorite tools in the shed because old towels that like your grandma has, they are so absorbent because they have been washing and drying them for like, I don't know, 30 years. And they're totally consumable. You don't have to worry about like getting anything messed up. And these things have saved me from a lot of mistakes. I can like wrap it around things. And it's, like I said, these things are incredibly absorbent. So if you make a mess, you just absorb it really quickly with one of these. And grandparents always have like a ton of towels. I don't know why, but they do. One of those things they just always have. Okay, there it is. That's my little cigar rest. What the hell is under here? I have no idea what's making that. Anyway. I used to go live on TikTok a lot, but TikTok is a real issue with people smoking cigars. I don't know why. They get really offended by it, and it's unfortunate. Actually, I'm going to take one of those pipes down and put it on my little rest. This will be my next cigar. Okay, well, still a lot of mess, but a lot better than it was. For some reason, these things are all off. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys ever do like handworking or handmade stuff, I am a nobody. I don't get any kind of sponsorship, but 3M Cubitron, this is some really good sandpaper. And I think Cubitron is just like a style. And this is the best sandpaper I have ever used, especially for working with metal. And it is a little bit more expensive, but honestly, it is absolutely worth it. Okay. Starting to collect stuff out here. I'm going to have to bring some of this stuff in or find a better spot for it. Like all my pipe tobacco right here. My God, I got so much of it. Yeah, I'll put this stuff in here. I got too much. I'm actually going to need to dig out this locker and rearrange it, reorganize. I'll talk about that stuff in a minute too. Some pretty cool stuff. Very, very old style waterproofing method. And it's just made with, what did I make it with? Boiled linseed oil and beeswax. And that's it. That's all she wrote. It's a waterproofing material known as tin cloth. And tin cloth is some really awesome stuff for waterproofing things like, aprons, clothing, jackets and stuff like that, field clothing. And it works really well. Some will even do it on like bags and whatnot. Very good stuff. It is called tin cloth. And I'll show you. Right there. It's just a whole pot full of tin cloth. And that's just boiled linseed oil and wax, beeswax. And these are all my pipe tobaccos, which, by the way, this one right here is the fancy one, Cult. It's not bad. Kind of an incensey taste, but I kind of like an incensey taste. And then I got these right here. What else do I got? Irish cask. And then I got, what is this? If I don't drop them all like a fool, I got Sweet Killarney, which is okay, very light. And all these critters. It's Sir Walter Raleigh and then the Borkum Riffs. But then I got Mixture 965. This stuff, not good. Not a fan. Tastes like soap. And then Elizabethan mixture. This one, jury's still out. I actually have a channel on all things tobacco, and it's called Clubhouse Smokes. Go ahead, give me a follow over there if you guys are into like cigars and or tobacco. And yeah, it's a pretty fun channel. I just started making videos for it. And by all means, give me a follow. Hang out with me. It'll be fun. Big fun. Okay. And that's not going to work that way. Let's put the tins. There we go. Okay. This gigantic bit. I don't even know what to do with this guy. Just have it. It'll go in there for now. Okay. And while we're at it, because I'm still going through my stuff, these are Old Shenandoah cheroots. And I am a huge fan of cheroots, actually. Cheroots are old rustic style American. And then these are actually cigarillos. And the difference between the two, this one, the cigarillo, is actually a full cigar. It's got the wrapper, it's got the binder and the filler. And cheroots are just tobacco, which is the filler, and then the wrapper, and there is no binder. And they're honestly very good. And these are actually made out of pipe tobacco. So they're a very interesting smoke on their own. Okay. I don't know where to put this stuff. I haven't used it. I know where I'm going to put it. Right up there. Okay, let's get up here. Actually, I'll just leave that up there for another day. All right, cool. I'm glad that's out of the way. It's still pretty haphazard, but better than it was. And yeah, I'll just keep working at this a bit. And that'll be all for me tonight. It is almost 9:30. So I hope you guys have a great night. And hey, tomorrow's Thursday. Have a great Thursday. I'll be back live again sometime soon. And give me a like, follow, subscribe. All right, Rachel from Forge Le Femme. I'm out. Peace.